When you invest in something, you're getting your return on investment. Where with a lot of other systems, even if they were at the same price point, I didn't see the value. For me, it's very important when I'm looking my clients in the eyes that I absolutely know where their brain is in the process of regulation. Most of those other systems, they didn't provide the level of data and the flexibility of being able to set protocols. I'm Dr. Trish Leigh. I am a cognitive neuroscientist and a board-certified neurofeedback practitioner. Have been working in the field of neuroscience and helping people specifically for a really long time. I was a university professor for decades, and in that capacity, I was researching how to help people with neurodevelopmental, neurodegenerative, acute brain issues, all kinds of different brain issues in terms of communication and cognition thinking. My husband and I own a practice that's called Leigh Brain and Spine. It's a brick and mortar building practice. So that was over 10 years ago when we moved. I opened a neurofeedback clinic within that practice. So basically, I convinced my husband to give me one room, because it's a big, giant clinic. He's a chiropractor. He has a lot of equipment, so the whole office was his. Babe, give me one room. So I had one room in the back. I bought my first system. Quickly, I had 2 rooms. Then I had 3 rooms. Then I had 4 rooms. Then I had more than half the office. And it was obviously amazing, but that was clearly time for me to figure out something for myself. So all along, I had been looking for a platform that I could use online or at-home training. And I never found anything that I felt worthy of being able to use. And I always tell people, I will encourage you to use things that I myself would use. I would never tell anybody to go pay for something and to use it unless I found the value in it and I thought it actually worked. So I was having a hard time finding a system. So then I found MindLift. So I left that practice and I created an online clinic. Everything I do is online. It's called Dr. Trish Leigh and Company. I now have coaches that work with me and I create digital programs and I offer neurofeedback to people all over the world. So thankfully, I work with people in just about every country. I have 5 children. One of my kiddos was really struggling in school. And, in preschool, they'd call me and, I'm trained in all this, but of course I hang up the phone and he's struggling. I hang up the phone and I'm in tears. This is in preschool, first day of preschool. Kindergarten, first day of kindergarten, get the same phone call. First day of first grade, I'm like, okay. So, kind of as all this was developing, in congruent pathways professionally and personally, I ended up buying the system and using it at home. I put all my kids and myself on it because I'm like, okay, we're all going to brain train. But he would do like 10 hours a week. Everybody else would do like 30 minutes a week. And honestly, I saw his brain change so much. And currently he's almost 21 years old. He's in college for computer programming, engineering. He's an Eagle Scout, he's had straight A's. And I promise you that would not have been his trajectory without neurofeedback. The whole time I was using it also. And it's pretty interesting because I also have all of our data. So, as we continue to talk, you will find out that data is very important to me. Another beauty of neurofeedback, and especially with MindLift, is that I consider it to be a more passive treatment. So when people have maxed out on the talking piece of therapy, which is very important for many people, but you can't regulate your brain through talk entirely most times. So when you're using the technology to help create that shift, it can just be a game changer. It is affordable. And what I like about that is that it goes back to the word value. Because I want people to know affordable doesn't always mean cheap. What it means is when you invest in something, you're getting your return on investment. Where with a lot of other systems, even if they were at the same price point, I didn't see the value. And so I wouldn't buy them. I wouldn't use them myself. Another reason is all the data. For me, it's very important when I'm looking my clients in the eyes that I absolutely know where their brain is in the process of regulation. Most of those other systems, either they're very expensive and chunky. Honestly, just you need a laptop, you need a transmitter, you need sensors. parameters, unique pace, like very chunky, and they didn't provide the level of data and the flexibility of being able to set protocols. It has very high level brain map. Then I can set the protocols. I can easily see within and across sessions the progress that a client's making. I can adapt the protocols if I need to based on the data and what a client's reporting. So I have a book contract. I mostly focus on helping people who struggle with pornography addiction. But the reason I tell you about the book is because I've changed the title of the book to Explicit Matter at the publishing company's behest, but it does make it easier to talk about. People don't understand the impact of screen time on their brain performance and on their mental and physical health. So I've been focusing on that, and the success stories there are very current and they are big. And again, I can measure the data in people's brains. So what happens is, people are really caught up in whether it be sexual media or social media, but social media and screen time. So again, I can help people adjust the way their brains are using electrical energy so they feel calmer and more focused. And they don't need to go to the screen to help them to chill out and calm down because they're already there. So I'm able to do everything online and work with people all over the world. I think that's a massive benefit. Another benefit is that the ease of use of the technology from the user standpoint and from the practitioner standpoint. So the systems I have in the office, we still have them. My husband still offers in-office neurofeedback. We have a trained technician to operate those systems because they're difficult to operate. Like, not everybody can just operate them. They have a lot of ins and outs. So, MindLift, of course, everything has a little bit of a learning curve, but it's intuitive, it's easy to use, it's reliable. What I love about MindLift is that you all are always updating the software in the portal in a really powerful way. Not all companies do that. So that I really appreciate also. So I have been able to use it seamlessly for a very long time. My clients in particular, I know they have an amazing experience. And, it's partially, not to toot my own horn, but it's partially, MindLift because it is such a solid product. But then again, I'm really intentional in the way that I offer it. So I support people through it, and having that support and having a reliable system that they can use at home with ease is really important too. So every person that works with me, I can confidently say that everybody is satisfied. Like, I don't have a client that leaves feeling like they didn't get the value for what I offer them. MindLift's an integral part of that.